Yeah, I have the line now, if you guys see this good.
I was on my way out of Thanksgiving. I got it upstairs. I'm not crying. I'm just kidding. I
So we're involved Walker Trail, so you come to that intersection, it's a four-way stop, Frankfurt Road. You turn off Frankfurt Road and it's like 2 minutes down.
Our son Derek and our sister Archer.
Good morning, everyone. Before we begin our service this morning for Lee, just want to thank you all for coming to support the Lee family. It is greatly appreciated in these difficult times. Now, secondly, please turn off your cell phones out of respect for the family to avoid any interruptions during the gathering this morning. If you do require your cell phone left on, I'd ask you to please set it to vibrate at this time out of respect for the family. Thank you. I will turn the service over to Rachel. She's going to begin us off. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, and thank you for coming to what is likely the hardest day of my life. My husband was a Celtic pagan. His wishes were to build a pyre, supply me with all I need in the afterlife, and light me a flame, and run home to Calgary. Seeing as that's not actually possible or legal, I've done my best to send him off with what he wanted. We sent him with drawings from our beloved son, earth and rocks from our home in Calgary, his favorite outfit, a 4-page letter, and D20 dice so that he can keep rolling in the afterlife. Thankfully, Aaron remembered a very important tradition, providing him with coins to pay the ferryman so that he can cross to the other side. So thank you, Aaron, for helping me send him off quite perfectly. Evan always felt that he had middle child syndrome. He always felt stuck in the middle between two places. But I believe that it was just that his heart was torn, half at home in Calgary with his dad, Glenn, Lynn, Jay, and Vanessa, and half in Ontario with his mom, Jackie, Aaron, and sister, Christy. He never felt like he got enough time in either place. He never wanted a funeral, but society says that that's the norm. So when I asked my son how he wanted to say goodbye to Daddy, and explained as best you can to a 5-year-old what would happen, he said, I want to see all the people that loved Appa because he was so very special. So Rowan, as with everything that your Appa and Amma do, this day is for you. Evan had a huge heart. He was a gentle giant who always had an ear to lend to someone who was struggling. He made a career of helping people. He started at Bayfield Group Home, where the physical size made him the enforcer. He broke up the physical fight and brought peace. He took great pride in his work, and when the youth that he worked with succeeded in any way, he felt so much joy and accomplishment to see them thrive. The boys taught him a lot, including some very colorful phrases in a gym way. Evan really changed his view on life. He worked at Stream while he went to school to get into working to the group homes, where he met some of the most amazing friend groups that we have ever had. And he earned 2 very unique nicknames, Big Cat and Big Luscious King Supreme. After Bayfield, he went to many other group homes before he settled at Pathways to Independence and worked with adults with traumatic brain injury. It was tough, physical, and mentally draining, but Evan was great at it. In his off time, Evan enjoyed so many hobbies: RC racing, airsoft, where he met some of the most amazing guys, and always grilled the best burgers for everyone. He had the unique ability to always get burnt by a smoke bomb, a firecracker, or something else. And when he came home, we would joke that he'd need adult supervision if he wanted to go play with the boys. When he made crafts or costumes for Dungeons or Dragons, he'd always wind up with his fingers glued together and painted his hair. He loved video games, fishing, and drawing, which he was ever so talented at. He went to Mexico with his brother Jay, got tattoos, and wore funny onesies with Vanessa, and he had many heartfelt conversations with Christy. He's beloved family dinners with Jackie and Aaron and Christy, and he always hoped for his beloved Ambrosia marshmallow salad. He loved blacksmithing and target shooting at the club with his brother Aaron. He told bad dad jokes long before he was a dad and brought light to the darkness. He had incredibly hard side effects from his failing kidneys and unimaginable pain. He was brave. He was strong. He was my everyday hero. If you were lucky enough to be loved by him, you never felt truly sad long because he could always make you laugh. He was one of a kind, larger than life, and one seriously handsome man. He was mine, and I was his, and that love will never end. His best friend, and probably the only person that could have taken Evan away from me, Matt, would like to speak and say a few words now.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. It's not how we all wanted to be here today, but you would love everyone else in this room. Who knows? So, to get started, for my part, Evan was my best friend. During the struggles that I had, he would put his own aside and listen to me. He would be there for me no matter what. And I always wanted to try to be there for him. Sorry, one second. I thought I'd be better prepared for this, but apparently I'm not. And he would definitely make a joke about it, so. I've had the pleasure of having Evan in my life for the past 7 years, and was the best friend, husband, son, brother. As Rachel said, he was larger than life, because he was larger than most of us. So my wife and I met Evan in 2015 at a Halloween party that was thrown by a mutual friend. We had the benefit of not knowing who he was, but we grew and knew within seconds. It was like he was willing to tell you everything that you wanted to know about him. He was an open book. He wouldn't hide anything. I didn't really want to go to that party. I didn't feel that I would want to be there. But my wife, Alicia, decided to convince me to go, and I'm glad they did. I didn't exchange information with Evan because I'm just always not there. He knew that, and he loved it. He thought it was funny. He'd make a joke. We'd laugh. I ended up running into him at a mutual friend's social event and didn't pass up the chance the second time around to keep that information, to get in touch with him and say, hey, let's do this again. Let's get in touch with each other outside of this. This is what I wanted to do. Over many text conversations and social media messages and gatherings together, we got to know each other, shared our common interests, discussed our family. He had an amazing, loving wife, and one of the most handsome little guys. We shared a lot of humor and quirks together, and as everybody knows, he always had something nice to say about everybody. And my wife would recall, after several of those nights, me just going on and on about how awesome this guy was, and I knew he was going to be an awesome friend, and she rolled her eyes at me and told me, yes, dear, yes. And he ended up being a big chapter in the next part of my life. When you're in the presence of someone that you know is going to be big, you feel, and everyone in this room knows just what that presence means to them. Again, horrible dad jokes, awkward gestures, and anything he could do to make you laugh. We played Dungeons and Dragons together several times. Months and months of preparations and discussions, and he would talk Rachel's ear off, I would talk my wife's ear off, and we would talk each other's ears off. But seeing him in that environment, I got to really know him. He was fearless. He was confident. And just one of the most legendary people I've ever met. In life, his ability to take action was amazing. He wouldn't wait. He would do. He wanted to do first. He went with his heart. And it was in his character what he was. He was goofy, funny, and kind. Again, he did other amazing things. His social work, helping unfortunate people in whatever way he could. And even when his health began to fail, he still wanted to do it. He wanted to provide. It's one of the reasons I truly admired him, because he would sacrifice himself for everyone. He wanted to be a part of everyone's life. Ever the giver, he wanted to listen, comfort, and advise, and he put others first. It's just who he was. It was really hard on Evan when COVID hit, because he couldn't do all those things for all of us that he wanted to. For my part, I knew what he was going through medically, and I did my best to check in on him, and he did his best to check in on me. Through all of it, he was still working, but he didn't want to be at home. He wanted to be out socializing, doing what was best for us. His resilience was just testament of who he was, what was in his character. When lockdowns ended last year, he was one of the very first people that wanted to just get out and just get back to life, get back to doing what he did best, which was be there for everyone else. And so we planned some family days with our families together, beach days, going out. Because he wanted to connect again. What he missed the most. He missed all of us. He wanted to be together to celebrate that we made it. He just loved to celebrate the little things. When I started having my own health struggles, the first thing he did was, what can I do? How can I be there? And I knew what he was going through and how hard it was for him, but he never showed it. Some of the pictures that have been up since this afternoon, this morning. We went on a trip together, our families, on Father's Day this year to celebrate. We have many wonderful memories with Evan that I'm going to cherish for the rest of my life. We went to the Ontario Science Center. We went to Medieval Times. And it was the most excited I've ever seen a grown man in my life. And I kid you not, every day for the 2 weeks leading up to that, we went back and forth about how excited he was. Not me, him. He was like a child. The whole event, he wanted to just experience it all. Seeing a grown man excited in something like that is just something I'm always going to cherish. His quality is one of a kind, and it's a mark that will never leave. It's in moments like this we take for granted just what people mean to us. And like when you go home, hug each other, your loved ones, your spouse, your children. Times of this, you never know. It may be the last chance you get. I wasn't expecting this to be the last time that I would be together with him. But he wanted me to know it was worth it. I'm going to be left with fond memories, knowledge, hilarious dad jokes, and understanding about having faith in people. I've always found it hard to do that, but Evan made it easy. The void left is going to be filled with cherished memories, love, and all the things that we did and shared. His legacy is going to live on, and I see it. We're here today to honor him as a friend, family, brother. May he rest. May he live on with all of us. Thank you.
Growing. Your dad and I met, as most encounters with me go, awkwardly. I was sitting on the C train with our mutual friend Jeff, who had called us both last minute, desperate to have extra people take the tickets for a Stamps versus Edmonton football game. After about 20 minutes of just sitting next to your dad and talking with him across the aisle, he turns to Jeff and asks, "Is this chick coming with us? Or is she just some strange chatty person on the train?" And Jeff said, yeah, she's coming with us. So right away, Evan stood up, crossed the aisle, and sat right down beside me. After the game, we went back to Jeff's for a late night beer and movie. After that, they both walked me home in the pouring rain. I figured I'd never hear from him again. But I woke up to a text message from him at 6 something a.m., and from then on, we were never parted. Within days, we had our first date to the Hulk, Dad's favorite character. Soon, he was bringing me home to meet his dad, Lynn, Jay. Everyone was out when we arrived. I hid in the basement. We had heard tiny little footsteps running across, and I got really scared. But down the stairs, right into his arms, ran Kaya, followed by the intimidating and lovely Jess. Instantly, I knew if Kaya didn't approve of me, I was not going to be around for long. When I watched how Daddy hugged and played with Kaya, I fell in love with him. His compassion and love for her melted my heart. Kaya gave us some of our very best memories and jokes, like, "Don't make me tell you 2 more times," and "a cunk in a curt on a bridge," but in English means a skunk on a skirt on a bridge. By month 10, Dad had made me a paper card with a pop-up diamond ring and said he knew it would be forever. But when I told him that I loved him, that wasn't okay. He wasn't quite ready for that, but he proposed. When Dad first met my side of the family, he made a very shocking impression. Our dog at the time, Buddy, Bark Collar, was sitting outside on a table while we were all sitting around, and Appa, for some reason, decided to test it. When he first held it loosely to his neck, nothing happened. When he pressed it to his throat, nothing happened. When he put it around his neck and buckled it up, well, it worked. And it worked really good. But poor Daddy could not get the clip off. So every time he shouted ouch or laughed, he kept getting shocked. So finally, as he undid it and rubbed his throat, he laughed as hard as I have ever heard him laugh and said, "Well, yeah, it works."
Yep, it really does.
And my grandpa, Poppy, just shook his head and laughed. We moved into our first place only a block away from my family, and then our second in the middle between Glenn and Lynn and Dad, or Grandpa Jerry and Meat Mom. Then to Carsland. Shortly after Daddy and I got married, we ran away together to Ontario. We lived with Grandma Jackie and Aaron. We had amazing campfires and the best Thanksgiving ever, and they played tons and tons of paintball. When we moved into our first apartment, all we wanted to do was become a family. We tried so hard for 8 years, and we lost so many babies, but he held us up and he held me together. But when something happened, you came, our special tiny bundle of joy. Your dad cried so hard the second you began to cry, and soon after that, he broke out into song quite loudly, singing Journey's Small Town Girl, just to soothe his tiny screaming tater tot. Aunt Christy and Jake were the first to come and visit you and brought you gifts. You looked so tiny in her arms. You were always his joy, his happiness. The last Father's Day, we tackled some things on Evan's bucket list. He wanted to recreate a photo that he had with his dad and family when they went to medieval times in the States. We went to medieval times for dinner and had an amazing day at the Science Center. He was over the moon happy. We had recreated exactly what he had wanted, and he had that memory that he had with Glenn and Lynn, Vanessa, Jess, Kaya, and Jay forever, but with our family and with Matt. Rowan was crowned the Rainbow Knight, and we shared one more family day with Matt and Alicia and Derek, and it was amazing. So for Daddy, laugh at every fart, because you know he did. Do what makes you happy, no matter what others say. Break out in song whenever you're able, and always love life like he did. Because Evan, I love you more than there are waves in the ocean. I love you more than there are stars in the sky. I love you a million times and back to the moon again. Do you know why, my Evan, my Opie, my love? Because you were the sun and I was the moon, and Rowan is all of our stars. And you are so loved and so wanted and absolutely perfect just by being you. Because of all of the other men that ever could be, you were the one made just for me. As above, so below, with you my heart shall go. Rest well, dear warrior, into the arms of Babs to battle once more. Thank you.
So that concludes the service this morning for Evan. Thank you all once again for coming in support of the Rachel and extended family at this difficult time. We're going to try to loop up the slideshow again for those that missed it before you arrived this morning. We're going to try to loop it over again. You're welcome to stay as long as you wish to share stories and memories with Rachel and family. Thank you.
Not stand as my way and weak. I am not there. I do not sleep. When you wake in the morning hush, I am just without lifting rush. Do not stand at my rebellion. I am not there. I do not sleep. When you waken in the morning's hush, I am just without lifting rush.